Films and television series, premieres at movie theaters and international film festivals. Lives of film stars and other daily activities. Stay up to date with everything that is happening in Kazakh cinema by watching Price of Admission.
On today's program, comedy film Brat или brak has grossed 86 million Kazakhstani tenge in its opening weekend. The premiere of documentary Kazakhский Renaissance Jumat Shanin. Television mini-series Mezgilsiz Mahabat about older people in love. Several years ago, we were very concerned about the low number of local films released each year in theaters. The number of Kazakhstani films has grown dramatically in past few years. On the downside, quantity has trumped quality. Mostly it's due to the lack of professionalism among many first-time directors and producers who want to just make quick money. This is obviously not the case for brand-new comedy Brat или brak, which was made by a team of professionals and features an ensemble cast of best comedy actors. The film's success could be attributed to the popularity of the film's genre and also to its actors, especially Joly Muslim, a popular movie star in Kazakh cinema who is capable of guaranteeing box office success simply by showing up in a film. The phenomenon of stardom is essential to international film industry because of its ability to lure spectators into the theaters. Marry me. Let's do it before I change my mind. I already have a fiancé. Who is he? Where is he? She meant me. Are you going to marry a dwarf? Elder brothers tend to feel a lot of responsibilities towards their younger sisters. The protectiveness they show is a form of care, affection, and love they express. When younger sister starts dating, elder brother becomes very overprotective. No one is ever good enough for his sister. Gauhar, will you marry me? No. Why not? My brothers will be against this. I'm not afraid of them. Tell me, how did you two meet? There was nothing special about it. She just hit me with her car. Nothing special indeed. What is the nature of the relationship between you and my sister? I want to marry her. What if I disapprove? Then I will kidnap her. This is my first comedy film. Previously, I directed only dramas. I think that making people sad is much easier than making them laugh. That's why at first I was reluctant to make a comedy. But after I read the screenplay, I found it very interesting and agreed to direct it. Since the first draft had too much gross-out humor, many visual gags and flashbacks, I proposed to tone it down a little. Then screenwriters added more drama, romance and realism to the story. It was written with specific actors in mind. They include Kuralay Narbekova, Nurlan Saburov, Joly Muslim and Abu Nasir Serikov. The rest of the cast had to go through auditions. Aydarik, Toma, do you know each other? I was dating him before I met you. I can't understand. How could you date such, how do you say it, loser? Yes, right, loser. This film has an interesting screenplay. It has a very original plot. There is nothing more important in making films than the screenplay. Kuralay and I have known each other for a while. Since we are good friends in real life, it wasn't an easy job to portray on-screen couple. This is also her first film as a producer. That is why I was rooting for this project from the very start. She turned out to be a very talented producer. She seemed to get along just fine with every other member of the film crew. She also has done a great job portraying the principal character. I wish Kuralay all the success, happiness, and joy in life. Give me some noise. Is he a DJ? Yep. Didn't I ask you not to call me Kanapia? How do you like it when someone calls you Amike? My big breakout role came in Жаужурек Мыңбала, where I played Korlan. Film's success led to opportunities to become a leading lady in film and television, with many offers pouring in. In order to have more creative control over my future projects and not to depend on other producers, I chose to enroll at Gerasimov Institute of Cinematography in order to study producing. That way, I can control my own acting career by making my own films and shows. With this project, I was finally able to put my producing skills to practical use. Be honest, Aidar. Who is a better kisser, she or I? Hey man, are you some sort of karate kid? I don't really know, maybe you both kiss the same way. When the screenplay was being written, I thought to myself that to a certain degree it was at the same time close and familiar to each and every family. I also made few corrections and added some things which I drew from my own experiences. We also hope to release this film in other CIS countries as well in the near future, as soon as it is shown all over Kazakhstan. Right in the bullseye. We are attending the premiere of documentary Kazakhsky Renaissance Jumat Shanin, which is telling about the life of Jumat Shanin, who is considered to be one of the founding fathers of modern Kazakh theater. Rarely do we see a documentary which is made with such a great deal of responsibility and attention to detail. This film was created by a team of professionals, which includes screenwriters Bahit Kairbekov, Aynur Mazibayeva, and film director Alexei Kamensky. The researchers for the film accessed many photographs and examined hours of archival footage. The narration segments come from letters and journals that Shanin had written during his life. Why did the Soviet government attempt to erase many notable figures from Soviet history? The names of thousands of writers, intellectuals, and artists were edited out of history books. Repressed persons were routinely removed not only from text, but also from photos, posters, and paintings. Censors tried to destroy all records of their existence and erase them from humankind's memory for all time, as if they never existed. Meanwhile, members of the Soviet intelligentsia, namely workers of culture and arts, were in the process of reviving national art. That is why this period is called Kazakh Renaissance. Our first story is about Jumat Shanin, who is considered to be the founding father of Kazakh theater, also its first artistic and stage director. His work during that period provided a lasting influence on Kazakh theater. That became evident during the inaugural 10-day Festival of Kazakh Literature and Art in Moscow. In 1936, 300 Kazakh actors, dancers, musicians, poets and writers descended upon Moscow and took the stage in an ethnographic exhibition of Kazakh national arts and culture. My grandfather is considered to be the founding father of theater art in our country. In 1926, he opened the first official Kazakh drama theater in Kızılorda. He was also a director of Yesemak theatrical troupe, which was formed in Semey. Altogether, he opened 3 theaters in Almaty. Among them, Lermontov Russian State Academic Drama Theater and Abay Opera House, which was previously known as Kazakh Musical Theater. I remember this as if it was yesterday. Jumat was transferred to Semipalatinsk. Those were hard times, but he couldn't be more happier when he found his soulmates with whom he formed the Yes I Mag Theater Company. And that's when he wrote his first play. From the beginning, I was tasked with researching the archives. I've read everything related to establishment of first Kazakh touring theater. I visited Semey. It is there where it all started. There he formed the Yes I Mag theatrical troupe, which accompanied him to the major cities like Almaty and Kızılorda. It was very important for me to be able to trace every bit of information available on the subject. Since there are no eyewitnesses of those events, we had to rely only on documents. They show that the late 1920s ushered in a new era of artistic fervor among Kazakh intelligentsia. The ultimate achievement of the 10-day event was realized by transcending the role of an ethnographic subject and becoming a valid Soviet nationality culture. The festival demonstrated that the Kazakh musical theater, in spite of its youth, showed itself as a high art theater. After the triumphal success of Kazakh opera at the Festival of Kazakh Art and Literature in Moscow in 1936, Kazakh delegation took a group photo. Subsequently, Soviet censors edited Jumat out of this photo. Such practice was common back then. People were edited out not only from photos, but also from text and books. The subject of ideological repression in the Soviet Union has been already explored fairly thoroughly in past films. That's why I decided not to put too much emphasis on this subject, since many viewers are already familiar with the subject matter. The reason behind mass repression in the Soviet Union is obvious. It was the elimination of talented members of intelligentsia throughout the whole country. Soviet repression of the traditional elite, along with forced collectivization in the late 1920s and 1930s, brought famine and high fatalities. Between 1920 and 1937, as part of the Great Purge, and as a methodical pattern of suppressing Kazakh identity and culture, KVD arrested 120,000 renowned Kazakh writers, thinkers, poets, politicians, historians, etc., of whom 22,000 were shot. High art, literature, national theater, or mere survival. The idea for documentary series titled Kazakhsky Renaissance came to us because before we didn't have films that fully depict that period. Theater was still so inexperienced back then. Opera could only exist in the minds of irrepressible dreamers, but the actors did not give up. They wrote their own music. They practiced without costumes, props, and decorations. I'm not talking just about theater. Those heroic people are considered to be the founding fathers of our cinema and literature as well. The premiere of comedy television series Mezgalsiz Makhabat was held at a movie theater. The promotional push for the show began with the screening of the first 2 episodes of the limited series. Right after the screening, we were able to interview key people involved with the making of this TV project. This is my father. He has came to Astana on very urgent business.
Yes!
What is he doing back there? Doesn't he miss home? Tell him that Sararka winds can be very helpful to humans, but they also can be harmful as well. If I don't bring him back, I don't deserve to be called by my name. Are you sure you can do this, Sagi?
В новом телевизионном сезоне агентство Хабар
This year, Habar agency has launched many new television series. Production of socially relevant series is a top priority for us. Throughout September, we were airing mini-series Qariya, which is telling about retirement home residents.
после сериала «Хария» наша
Then we premiered a medical drama television series Abzal Jan. Comedy series Mezgalsiz Makhabat is our 3rd socially relevant project. Despite the fact that this is a sitcom, many of my colleagues said that it's such high-quality TV product and that it's on par with many comedy feature films that are produced in our country.
полнометражным.
The script was written by talented screenwriter Ramit Kusherbayev, who used the witty and sophisticated makeup of Kazakh humor and all the beautiful richness of Kazakh language.
казахского языка.
Dear Galia, I've been looking forward to speaking with you. By listening to the opinion of the majority, I went against my will. And I think that really hurt your feelings. It seems you never got over your grudge against me. Since our last meeting, you seem to be avoiding me. You are not returning my calls. Please, forgive me, if you can. I play the role of Galia. She is a lonely woman who lives alone. There are many romance films that are targeted at teenagers and young adults. There really aren't enough romantic films about older people. That is why we decided to make the first TV series which tells about older people in love. We've come to Expo! Are you dating our neighbor? I heard your father-in-law is going to bring some woman with him. Many foreign television series are being aired on our television channels. Since we come from a totally different culture and background, I think that most of our viewers would like to see more films and television series featuring our local mentality. That was indeed the spirit in which this project was created. I hope that this comedy series will be well received by our audience. Let our culture and arts prosper and be known all over this broad earth. When our national art becomes recognizable all over the globe, then we can consider ourselves a truly competitive nation. What do the stones say? Wait, not so fast. Even in films, nothing happens as fast as you want it to. Please, enjoy this fresh mea milk. I think you'd better drink this well-fermented kumis. Today we attended the premiere of comedy film Brat brak. We also told you about the documentary Kazakhsky Renaissance Jumat Shanin, which is telling about the life of one of the fathers of professional Kazakh theater. We also spoke with creators of sitcom Mezgalsiz Makhabat. See you next time on Price of Admission.